All right. Wow. Well, psychology class. Well, guys, it's basically the end of the mentorship, right? Like, I think this is my longest mentorship I've ever done. And yeah, a lot, unfortunately, has happened in my life since this mentorship started. And I say unfortunately for a reason, because unfortunately, these things have really started to affect me in a lot of ways. And it's not easy. I honestly wake up these days. I don't have an ounce in me that wants to trade. I don't have an ounce in me that wants to go to the gym. Quite honestly, I'm starting to slack a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't have an ounce in me that wants to take on responsibilities. And every day I find myself just like, you know what? I just want to go to sleep, bro. It's like I wake up, the problems are still there, the issues are still there. I don't want to deal with it because it's a daily thing now at this point. And it's in moments like these, it's like, man, like when is it gonna stop? Like when is it actually gonna stop, bro? Like I am tired. I don't mean mentally, I don't mean physically. I am spiritually exhausted right now. Like my soul is spent. I can not do anything anymore. Like I can't, bro. It's hard. It's really hard. Like I have so much going on and it's hitting me all at once. And you know what's crazy? I'm the cause of it. It's my fault. It's different when it's someone else. It's different when it's an outside thing, but when you are the problem or when things are falling apart because of your wrongdoing, even if you didn't mean it, it doesn't make it any easier. So I found myself being upset with myself more days than not, which is why I took it so personally when everyone was reaching out to me saying, like, how could you lose during live trading? Like, it's just like no one is harder on themselves. No one could be harder on me than I am on myself, you know? And I'm gonna be real with you. There's some days I'm praying, crying, all that stuff, and it feels like I'm getting nowhere. It feels like I'm not gaining any ground. It feels like I'm not because it's still there. The problem is still there. My situation is still the same. Nothing is changing. Been doing this for months now. Like this has been the hardest year for me, like ever, I'd say. Like nothing about this year has been easy. Everything about this year has tested everything about myself. Why am I telling you all this? What's the point? Because, man, who doesn't love a comeback? Like, I'm in hell right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in hell emotionally. I'm in hell mentally. Every day for me is hard. And no matter how much I try to find peace in certain things, I can't. And this is not a cry for help. This is just so my reality. But it's in moments like these, right, where I don't want to do a single thing. I don't have it in me to do anything. I remember my whys. Why did I first get into trading? Why did I pursue this? I'm doing this for the kid. I'm doing this for the kid. Now, I was in SWAT at one point in time, had to bounce back and forth between living in hotels. I'm doing this for the kid that didn't have a lot of confidence growing up, but always wanted it. I'm doing this for the version of myself that was never led properly, but always wanted to show others a better way. I'm doing this for the version of myself that was working three jobs, 60 to 70 hours a week, and still coming up short on bills to pay. I'm doing this because I made a promise to myself so long ago that if I ever did this, I was going to take whatever came with it in any season, no matter what. Like, I did not care because I owe it to myself the same way you guys owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to sacrifice, to change, to become the best damn version of yourself because a version of you from the past deserves that. They deserve to have the peace knowing that all that they went through, all that you went through, that you made it worth it. That, yeah, it hurt. Yeah, you wish it could have played out different. But if it made you into who you are today, then I guess all of it was worth it in the end. And with everything I'm going through in my life right now, it's very hard for me to see that other side of the tunnel, right? See that light. Be hopeful for anything at this point. I ain't gonna lie to you, but God is getting me there. God is getting me through it. God is helping me, and I'm thankful for that. But you can know God is there. You can have a knowing that God is there, but in your heart you don't feel that. It's a very human thing to know but not follow, right? Because of emotions. That's something I have to battle with every day is not letting my emotions become an idol. That's why I teach you guys in trading, you have to be as emotionless, cutthroat as possible. It's not about what you feel, it's about what's in front of you. But man, like I said, who doesn't love a comeback? I am going against the grain of everything as a trader. I am not in the right headspace at all. I am not okay at all. I am every day I wake up, it is like sometimes pure and utter torture. It is hard. I have a lot of stuff I'm trying to get through, but I'm showing up regardless of what I feel, regardless of what I got to endure through, regardless of everything. I'm still showing up. And I can't stress enough to you guys how sometimes that's all that matters is that you're showing up. And not that you're showing up for your boss, Not that you're showing up for your family, not that you're showing up for anyone, but that you're showing up for you because God is always showing up for you too. Even when you've hurt him, even when you've betrayed him, he always shows up for you. And you owe it to show up for yourself too. So, in spite of everything I feel, I am trying my best every single day. And in some ways, I'm still falling short. But you fight the good fight and you just keep going. Because I promise you this, this season I'm in right now, I get through it, right? On the other side of this, call me having a manic episode or just an ego thing. But on the other side of this, I get through it, I overcome this, and I actually manage to conquer and deal and all this stuff. Dude, I'm gonna be insane in a good way. Because I don't think anything in life could hit me harder than the things I've been hit with this year. And this year aside, in the past 3 months, I have dealt with emotionally, mentally, and spiritually way more than I can handle. And the worst part is I can't even talk about it, just except for like a few small, close-knit people. Like I can't even talk about it. But God knows everything. So every day I got to pour out my heart to him in every single capacity. Now, once again, why am I telling you this? Because trading reflects life. Life reflects trading. There's going to come a time where in your trading, your performance, your executions, everything is going to feel exactly how I feel right now. Like it's hopeless. Like, man, there's just, man, I can't keep doing this and just you want to quit, you want to give up, all this stuff. And hey, look, I'm gonna be real with you. You probably have every right to quit. You probably have every right to throw in the towel. You probably have every right to do all that stuff. I'm not blaming you for that. But man, what if you didn't? What if you held on just one more day? And at the end of that day, you hold on just one more day. At the end of that day, you hold on one more day. Hold on for a few more trades. Dig in a little bit deeper. Maybe then you dig yourself out. Maybe then you actually get through the other side and it's better than you could have ever imagined. I don't know when it's going to happen for you. I don't know when you're going to go through that, but I do know this. If and when you do, I pray that you have the faith and the resilience it takes to get through that month, that quarter, that year, because I can't help you. I can't. And sometimes no one can. That is something that only you and God got to get through together, but no one can help you. But that has to be enough. You have to trust God so much and just know God so much and just have all the knowing your heart that, yeah, we're going to get through this. I don't see it right now, and that's what hurts, but I know we're going to get through this. How? I have no idea. But by faith, I know it will get done. That's all I'm doing right now. But I'm not kidding when I say I wake up every day. I don't want to trade. I don't want to chart. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to take care of my responsibility. I don't have a single desire to do a single thing. That's how hard it is for me to perform right now with all the stuff I got going on in my life. And I thank God for it. But realistically, I've made enough money this year. I don't have to trade the last 3, 4 months if I don't want to. Well, three, whenever October, November, just December. I don't have to trade to the end of the year if I don't want to. I've worked my ass off for that to build that up this year. But then what does that say about me as a person? Like I can't just like you can't drop the ball on the responsibilities in your life that even got you to this where you're at right now. Who am I if I just stop trading? Who am I if I just give up right now and just say, you know what? I can't do this. Y'all, I can't, you know, that's not me. That's just not me. And I don't want that to be me, you know? So as much of a break as I know I could use, as much of a detox I know I could use, someone said this the other day, but let me see it. Hold on. I want to read it because I don't want to mess this up. I really don't. Ah, yeah, that's what it said. Our potential is God's gift to us. How we fulfill it is our gift back to God. Do you not know how much potential every one of you have? I wish you did if you don't. Which is why I tell you guys, that's why I try my best to speak life into all of you because the same potential you guys have, it's probably even more than the same potential I did when I first started. Because I didn't have a me, you know? I didn't have a mentor or someone to coach me and show me all the right ways on just how to navigate not just trading, but my own emotions. So y'all probably have way more potential to be great than I for sure did. But my own potential, the potential I had when I first started trading in 2022, I was in that warehouse working those jobs on that road. The same potential I had, that was God's gift to me. Everything I do now, everything that I've accumulated, everything I've ever made, everything I've ever achieved, every win that you've ever seen me get, every payout you've ever seen me post, everything that is my gift back to God because that is me honoring the potential which he blessed me with. There was a point in time I knew I did not deserve the blessing. I mean, I still don't. Some days I still feel like I don't deserve it to be truthful with you, but I did not deserve the blessing in which he blessed me with to be able to lead others and teach others and make all this money and do all these things, right? Well, if that's how you feel, then how about you honor him and do things that please him and make yourself a better man? So I decided to fulfill what I felt like was blessed to me, which was this ability to speak life into others, teach people how to trade, and lead. I've always been a leader at heart. I just never really have known how to do so because it's not comfortable leading sometimes when you're not used to doing it to begin with, you know? So right now in this season, I'm leading myself, which it's so much different than leading others. I find it way easier to lead others than to lead my own self because I can lead you guys to water and I know you guys are going to drink it every time, like it or not, because you feel an obligation to listen to me, regardless of what I say, follow me, regardless of what I say, because you trust me. But when it comes to listening to myself, all of a sudden those walls go up. And now it's like the same things I preach to y'all that you do because you know it's right. All of a sudden I'm having a problem trying to follow those same plans because I think I know better. And that's an internal conflict that I have to work on every day. I do the best I can while also surrendering everything I have to God at the same time. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. The bottom line, I'm proud of how you guys performed throughout this mentorship. I really am. Uh, a lot of you are well on your way to trading on your own. A lot of you guys are, killing it. Some of you even got payouts on the way. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing. I shoot, hey, give me $1, you know, and it ain't been easy. There's definitely been some times where throughout this mentorship, things have been hard. Things have been under, y'all been under stress. Life has happened, life be lifing, as I'm saying, as people say. But you still kept going. But you still kept going. And like I said, guys, your mentorship, it never was when you started with me. That's not when your mentorship starts. It's always when it ends. Because now, who are you when no one is watching? When you have to hold yourself accountable? When it's literally you against the world? But my question to you then is, do you fear the world if you're on the team with someone who's already beat it? If you got Jesus Christ on your side, should you really be afraid of the world? Not at all. But that's a faith I can't make you feel. You got to just know that because that's something I know. But even knowing, I still have to take action in that faith to strengthen that because that's all I can do. Like, once again, I am not lying at all. I am going through a lot right now in my life. And it's a everyday thing. I can't catch a break. And I know I said earlier it's my fault, but the truth is, some of it is, some of it ain't. But I know what is my fault, and that's what's hard. It's hard. I wasn't kidding, guys, when I said accountability is what prevents so many traders from ever seeing their breakthrough because they can't hold themselves accountable for the mistakes in their life. So, of course, once they start trading, they start deflecting blame everywhere when the problem is always themselves. It's never anything else. It is, I am willing to stand on that hill. It is almost never anything else. It is always you. And you got to be okay with that. Like in life in general, you have to be okay with sometimes hurting yourself emotionally on purpose if through that pain you grow. Because at that point, it's worth it. Or do you want to just keep living in the revolving door of all your mistakes? I don't. I don't. Every mistake I make in my life feels like a fracture in my bones, but God heals it every time. But that doesn't mean I keep making mistakes. No, no. That's why I take my trading so serious because I can't stand. I cannot stand. I demand perfection as close as it can be. And it's my own interpretation, but I demand perfection of myself every time I trade because that's how much I hate making mistakes. And I'm an imperfect person. I'm always going to make mistakes. So I'm always going to have fractured bones, but they're going to heal every time. And I'm going to do my best to make sure it doesn't happen frequently, you know? And as traders, it's no different. Or in life, it's no different. You're always going to make mistakes, but do you not always heal from them? Do you not always grow from them? Do you not always make sure to not fracture that bone the same way twice? You know what I'm saying? So, nonetheless, the fire that y'all came into this mentorship with, I really do pray. No, screw that. The fire that you came into trading with, I really do pray that you keep that same fire. Like, don't let the flame die out. Don't let that flame die out. And you keep that same fire to light the way to where you're going. Because I promise you, that's all I did. And I know I say it all the time. It probably is like, okay, Jaden, we get it, but like, I'm serious. All I did, the only thing that separated me from the traders I started out trading when I did, the people that even were ahead of me and quit, the people that are going to start now and quit, is that I'm the one that didn't. I'm just the one that didn't. I'm just the one that didn't quit. And I've had so many opportunities to throw in the towel, but I never did. Transparent as possible. If I'd have thrown in the towel, I'd have never saw $40,000 in a month. If I'd have thrown in the towel, I would have never cleared 100,000 in 3 months, 4 months. If I'd have thrown in the towel, I would have never been able to pay off 45, what was it, 45, the 45, 50K I was in debt at a point in time, just due to hospital bills, helping out family, all that stuff. If I'd have quit, I'd have never saw those things. And I had so many reasons, so many excuses, so many everything where I could have. But what would that say about me? Would that sit right in my spirit? No, it wouldn't. It would not sit right within me. And if it don't bring me peace, I can't pursue it. So as much as trading has stressed me out, made me almost insecure at times, hurt me, and everything more, I give God all the glory, all the praise first, forever will. But I will never deny and never ignore the impact it had on me as a person. Trading helped me find myself. It helped it helped me in many ways become the man I am today. And in many ways, it's going to continue to help me become the man I'm supposed to be. Like, I really don't need nothing but a candlestick in Christ, I promise you. That's it. Because those two things are what's got me this far. Jesus Christ first, candlestick second. And by things, I mean my relationship with Jesus, not Jesus, but my relationship with Jesus, and then the candlestick. So I don't really have much else to say. Um, like I said, I think all of you have done great. Um, a lot of you have showed up even when it was hard to show up. A lot of you are still showing up even though you're confused. That says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your character. And I can read someone's character better than some people can themselves, trust me. Just being in the thankful position that I'm in, where I can always, where it's my job to analyze someone mentally. I see people for who they are, but I also see people for what they can be because I see God's gift in everyone. And once again, that gift I'm talking about is your own potential, which is why I will never doubt any of you. Never. I have the most confidence in all of you because who am I to question any of God's creations? Because that same judgment could have been cast on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that to y'all. So I got all the faith in the world in you guys. But how you fulfill that potential, how you decide to honor all that you've been blessed with is how you give that glory back to God. So I ask you one thing, not just for the rest of the mentorship, because it's basically over, not just for the rest of the year, because we're almost done, but I ask you one thing for the rest of your life: empty the tank, empty it. Like, really, in all that you do, in all that you pursue, empty the tank, bro. Like, don't leave anything to question. Don't leave anything to chance. Don't have regret about anything. Just give it your all. Because in life and in trading, you will get back whatever you put out. So if you're giving everything, I am telling you to walk with the faith and put your mind in the knowing that if you are giving everything, you have no idea what's coming back, man. But it is plentiful. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to know it. You just got to know it, man. Even when you can't see it. I don't care how long you got to grind for it. Just keep going. Because at some point, quitting don't even make sense. You've already come so far. What's the point in quitting now, bro? It don't even make sense. Yeah, I know you want to quit. Yeah, I know it hurts. Like I said, I'm in a very rough place right now, but I'm still showing up. Even though I don't want to, I don't. I wish I could pass this responsibility to someone else, but word to Peter Parker. With great power comes great responsibility. Truthfully. Truthfully, as cliche and corny as it is the truth. I have been blessed with great potential. Maybe not power, but there's power in my potential. So with the potential I've been blessed with, I'm fully accepting of all the responsibility that comes with this. Like there is, and it's not just because I teach people how to trade, it's for any trader who's profitable, any trader who's trying to make themselves profitable. There is a level of responsibility you have to accept. There is a level of potential that you should thirst, literally wake up thirsting to fulfill. Because, man, when I say a comeback, yeah, I'm talking about making a comeback in emotional sense, physical sense, mental sense, all that stuff. But to win in life, there is no better high adrenaline rush to know when you're about to break through or you just have. I can't even describe it to you. And I don't even mean all the times from a financial sense. Some people, it's a spiritual breakthrough. And that's a beautiful thing. Man, to have an awakened spirit, man, that's worth anything. That's worth more than any dollar on this planet. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But to have a spiritual breakthrough, to know like, ooh, Man, I'm on fire, bro. Like I'm about to the way my faith about to I got goosebumps just thinking about it because I have an idea of what that feels like. I haven't I can't lie. I am on that way working it myself. But to know that, oh, okay, let's go. Let's go. Shoot, buckle in. Like we in the sea, baby. Galilee for real. We really in that storm now. Okay, lock in, strap up, bro. Man, spiritual breakthrough is what matters the most. But for a lot of you, you want that financial breakthrough. How long can you endure? How much can you take? How much are you willing to lose? What if I told you every dollar I've ever lost in trading, I've made right back 5 times over, 10 times over, 20 times over? Like, man, you just got to keep going, man. You just got to keep going. Like I said, a candlestick in Christ. It's all you need sometimes. Sometimes that's all you'll ever need. What am I saying? That is all you will ever need. At least for me. Tell them there is nothing you can't come back from, which is why I tell you all losses is psychological until death. As long as you're alive and breathing, that loss ain't as bad as you think it is. I promise you. You can make it back. It's going to be hard. You are going to have to grind it out. You're going to hate it. But if it means you win and that win crowns you in so many ways, I say, why not? Like, I don't think people understand. Do you know how many people, I don't even mean this in like in a mean way because I don't, but do you know how many people are going to pass away losers? And I don't mean that in a disrespectful sense, but like, meaning like a loser or like die lost because they lost themselves. They failed to change. They failed to do this. They didn't prioritize that. They didn't take that serious. Like so many people die lost, or so many people just lose before they ever get a chance. But it's exactly like they didn't even tap into their full potential because they didn't value themselves enough to try. That's something I just can't do. Like I would rather die right now for real than to waste all of my potential. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Because what's like the whole point of life? Like life revolves so much around many things. But if you're not constantly growing, evolving, are you really alive? Anything that's alive grows. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a toddler, a plant, and sure, eventually we max out. Like, okay, I can't really grow anymore. But there's always room for improvement, even when we have maxed out. Now, for a plant, it's a lot harder for it to do than for us as people. But you always have to be growing, evolving in some way. And that growth, it don't got to be major. It don't got to be like every year you're just a whole new person. No, because eventually, no, you're going to be capped out. You're going to be capped out, at least in some areas. But there has to be some form of growth. Or are you really living? Are you really living if you're not growing? That's a question that I feel like very few people can answer honestly. Like, are you really living if you're not growing in some way? With every year that passes, in what ways have you seen growth? In what ways does that growth shine through you? You know, that's a question only you can answer. You know what I'm saying? So, nonetheless, I know I made this about me, intentionally. But I hope that this video serves well to somebody, truthfully, because I'm no different than you guys. I'm a Jesus loving, anime watching, gym going, Hikinashi trader. I'm a nerd. Yeah. I'm yeah, nerd. You know what I'm saying? Nerd. Forgot that. I'm just a person. Kid you not, I am. No, no, it's fine because I know I am. Like you don't. I know I'm a nerd. You know what I'm saying? The hiking hash. Yeah, the hiking Hashira. Literally, no facts. But I promise you guys, I ain't nobody special. Okay, Jay, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. But ain't no one special, bro. I'm just a guy. The only thing I think that is special, quote unquote, about me is maybe my mental. And I don't even try to put that on a pedestal because Lord knows my mental is horrible sometimes, horrible some days. But you just got to fight the good fight, man. Like, that's why I say, man, just empty the tank in all that you do. You won't regret it. Even if it fails, which sometimes you're going to empty the tank, like, you name it. You're going to empty the tank out at your job. You're going to empty the tank out in love. You're going to empty the tank out in in what you're pursuing. You're going to empty the tank out in so many things, and it's not going to work. You're going to give everything you got, and it's still not going to change anything. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have done it. Because at least when you empty the tank, you kill the ability for regret to grow within you. Regret, I feel like, can be the biggest intrusion on peace. Like, man, I wish I'd have did that. Man, I should have did that. Like, you should have, woulda, coulda. You don't want regret, bro. And once again, with trading, you don't want to trade with regret. Think about that position you should have cut, that month that should have been all this. That, like, you don't want to live with that, man. Just empty the tank. So that way, when you lay your head at night, I know that you gave it everything you had, for real. Word to Shannon Sharp. But for real, when you lay your head in that pillow at night, know you gave it everything you had. And however it played out, it played out. But don't shortcut yourself. Don't shortcut yourself in pursuing trading. Don't shortcut yourself in your analysis. Don't shortcut yourself in your emotions. Don't shortcut yourself on accountability. Like all of it. Empty the tank in holding yourself accountable. Empty the tank in implementing your risk management. Empty the tank in being the best person you can be. Because even if you did lose, you go out with a smile like, hey, I did it, you know? I don't know what more some people can ask for sometimes. And I feel like that's where I'm at too in my life, for real. Like in some situations I got going on right now, which is hard. And granted, like I say that, but emptying the tank and not getting the desired result, that hurts. It hurts me knowing that in some ways I'm doing all I can right now. I'm doing everything I can. And in the end, it might not mean a thing. And that's the hardest part. That's why it's so hard for me to trade right now because I don't want to lose. But oh, what is trading? The best loser always wins. Is life not the same way? The best loser always wins in life. How many L's can you take and keep going? How much can you lose and still find a way to just win? So that's where I'm at. And I'm praying to God every day I don't lose because I can say all this, but that's not going to change the reality if certain things were to come to pass. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt like hell. But I refuse to be fearful of it. I decided to be faithful and crown myself in advance. Like, you know what? I can't see it right now. I can't see it yet, but I'm gonna win one day. And all this that I got going on in my life, all this that's going on, that's weighing me down emotion, that's beating me up every single day, it's gonna be for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know what my testimony is gonna be. But I promise you this. I promise you this. It's gonna be one heck of a testimony when I get through this. Which is why I said, who doesn't love a comeback, man? Who doesn't love a comeback? Down and out, bottom of the ninth, hope seems lost. Doesn't look like there's a way. That's when God puts his hand in it and makes a miracle. That's what I need right now. At this stage of my life with what I got going on, I need a literal miracle. But I am faithful for it. And whatever cross I got to carry, whatever thing I got to surrender, whatever problems I that come to bear, I welcome it because it is what it is at this point. It's gonna come regardless. The same way that drawdown gonna come regardless. That red day gonna come regardless. That red month gonna come regardless. You might as well embrace it. You might as well embrace it because it's gonna come regardless. I know you don't want it. It's gonna hurt like hell when it does. But dang, what if? What if you made it through and by faith you made it happen? Ooh, man. Mm-mm. What can I say? But nonetheless, that's really all I got for y'all's last psychology class. So a little bit from the heart tonight. Don't really got any notes. I didn't have not one note. Everything I've said today is just from my heart to hopefully reach into yours. Uh, as always, I hope I said at least one thing that helps you, not just in trading, but maybe in an aspect of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't easy. It ain't easy. And if you feel like no one understands, trust me, I do. Trust me, I do. But it's basically a wrap. So appreciate y'all for joining. Thank you for watching.